May we now request Sri Manikam Athapagaundar to give his presidential address.
Friends, I have no clue why Dr. MRV invited me to give this speech. I don't know what he found in me to suit this occasion. Last Sunday he called me through common friends. He requested me to do this job. And he said the book is about retaining balance. That's all he said. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evening I got his book. Until then I was imagining retaining the balance. What? My bank account? My pocket balance? Maybe my hair. What is that he is trying to say? I was wondering. And when I got the book, when I read the title, he has put a rupee symbol instead of war. Retaining balance of what? Rupee? This was mind-boggling. And I could only browse through, only 3 days left for my speech. And I asked my friends to read a little more and briefed me. Finally, I understood it's all about economy. Retaining the balance. Not only economy, our culture, our way of life, everything. So ultimately, what he wants to do, what he is trying to convey through this book, I think Miss Kalpana will be able to tell me better than me. You should be able to tell. Because she's the publisher, she would have read everything. Here, in my life, born as a farmer's son, when I was grown up, how the culture we inherited from our forefathers is an example of my own mother. In the village, primarily we worship our Kali. And mostly they are all the goddesses, not in the form of our men, but women, goddesses. And my mother never knew what is a school, what is Pallikodamna enna theriyadu amavukku. I was born in 1949, just after 2 years of independence. And I was born. Whenever she took me to the temple, she will immediately pray. I'm going to quote this in Tamil only. Taye, enakku noyatra selvathiyum, noyatra valviyum, kurayatra selvathiyum koduthaye nu dhaan venduvanga. That means, give me life without any ailment and give me wealth which is flawless. I've been hearing, when I passed 11th standard, those days SSLC, one day I was curious. Mother is not educated. How she knows all this? I asked her, what do you mean by noyatra valvu? Noyatra valvu, everybody knows. Life without any ailment. This is what we pray to the God. The second most important thing is kurayatra selvam. Anything we acquire, it should be free from, it should be flawless. What does she understand? I asked her, what do you mean by this? She said, you are my Kurayatra Selvam, Manikam. My name is Manikam. That's all? That's all you want? Yes, what else I need? And I asked her, why only a deity which is in the goddess form? She said, the women folk have the patience, all the patience to bear the child, grow in the womb and deliver, bring up the child, And till the child's death, if he is alive, she is wishing only good for the children. So, I was amazed, an uneducated lady talking so high of our culture. I asked her, where did you learn all this? She said, my grandparents were living like that. My parents were living like that. So I am also living like that. And can I not imagine, do somebody need to teach me? All this, I inherit from them. I got it. So all this culture, what we are talking about, Hindu culture, which is the best in the world, proven already. We inherited. We don't have to read books and learn all those things. Basics of life. So when we inherit, we retain. We teach our children to retain. This is what probably he is trying to tell others, that we should retain. Retaining the balance, at least whatever has gone is gone. But let us retain what still we have and get back to old culture, which is very, very important. On the economic side, you know, I am a graduate in electronics communication engineering in 1973. I got a job in NASA, got a higher studies, all free from USA. My father said, no, you stay and do good things for this country. Father, he said, I'm ready to feed you, because he's an agriculturalist. He has got no problem for food grain. He will feed. And I said, okay, I'm going to start an industry. You know, he is discouraged. You are a farming community fellow. You don't know anything about business, all that stuff. But I said, I will try. He encouraged me. I tried. From day one, I took a policy that I will not make anything which is already made in this country. It's so-called Make in India, I introduced in 1973. It's not a competition to our Modi ji, but this is what I took a decision in 1973. And today, we make equipment for all our missiles. You take MRSAM or any missile in India, those are all unique in the world. They are not just a copying from other countries. It's unique in the world. Our DRDO has done the best under the guidance of our Abdul Kalam ji. And we were associates right from day one in manufacturing this ground system, including the radar. Only the missile, our Bharat Dynamics Limited, a subsidiary of DRDO, is making that. The rest are all ours. We and BEL jointly, we make all this equipment. Unique. Nobody in the world is making such system. Same way, we did several things. You know, I was crazy enough when I was doing industry and growing up. I found a lot of import of technology. Every day, this collaboration, that collaboration, we all import technology. I was mad. In 1986, I used to hear body shopping of our software engineers. I was really mad. Why should we allow this body shopping? Big companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, everybody was doing body shopping. Why should we do that? Can we not bring a job here, feed our engineers? That was my question, and I invested 5 crore to form a company, Max Software Systems Limited. It was a miserable failure. I left it. 1976, 5 crore is a lot of money. But I emphasized that we should stop this body shopping at one stage. And we could achieve by 1996, 97, we achieved. Several companies started coming here, putting their own hub, software hub, and giving job to our people here. This, I felt, I am an author to insist that this should be done in our place. Or you hire for a job, pay them good salary and keep them working there. That's not a problem. Don't call it as body shopping. The கூலி வேலை செய்கிற மாதிரி அது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு those days itself I stopped. Then I was mad. Why people keep on importing technology? What is that we are lagging? Then an opportunity was given to us by our Indian government and Airbus industry when we lost an aircraft, A320 aircraft. Out of the 13, we lost one in Bangalore. That gave us an opportunity why the damn aircraft failed to land but crashed. And that is used to a digital system failure in the aircraft. And we were pioneers at that time. We used to make GPUs for our MiG-29, Mirage 2000, Su-30, all these aircrafts we used to make GPUs, which are very essential for our aircraft, military aircrafts. And we are the only company, and we used to export to Russia also. So the digital system we introduced already, whereas the A320 aircraft is a fly-by-wire technology, but it could not protect itself against malfunctioning. So we developed all that, and A320 people adopted that technology, and we developed GPU for them. It's working in 56 countries today. And this is the robust aircraft in the world today. That is because of the digital technology. Seeing this, Lufthansa and German government called me to open a manufacturing hub in Dresden, the erstwhile East Germany. We ran the company for about 11 months and we have to quit because my neighbor was AMI chip manufacturing plant from USA, and the Nazis did not like it. They torched it in front of me. They said, you don't have to go because Indians are our friends. But seeing that, I said, no. I came back, government gave me all the compensation required, and then US government called me. And we established a manufacturing facility in 1997 in Memphis, Tennessee, nearer to Federal Express old hub, old headquarters with their neighbors. We have a company in USA making this digital protection equipment for aircraft. Boeing, Lockheed Martin, NASA, they're all our customers. We contributed. Now after that, you see now, software means they were coming here outsourcing human resources, but today our software engineers top ahead, well ahead. In the world, they are number one. We are growing. And Dr. MRV, I'm proud to say, in the world, we are superpower in human resources. Nobody can beat us in the world. So your economy, your dream of economic growth will be reality very soon, and we have a good leader like Modi ji. We will be superpower in all respect. We are already superpower in human resources, in cultural value, human value, cultural number one. And particularly Tamil Nadu is number one in the whole world. So we will be number one, take it from me, in economy also. After 2010, I got retirement. from my company, my juniors, professionally managed company. They are doing much better than me. And it so happened Abdul Kalam and myself worked on a project. In Tirupur, there is a Noyal River. It was polluting. Supreme Court gave a verdict that it should be zero discharge, and people have accepted but not implemented. And finally, the farmers came to me because I'm from that area. We have a unit in that area dedicated to NSA, Ajit Doval ji. Dedicated only for NSA. We have a company there. And because of that, they all know me like military gounder. So they approached me, please help. Supreme Court order the government is not honoring. The dyers are not honoring. They have signed. What do? We went for a contempt. Contempt is dismissed based on certain paperwork. You help me. I avoided 3 times. 4th time, they came and told me, one of the fellows said, sir, I'm going to die tomorrow under Tirupur Kumaran Silai. I said, why? You are also not helping. Who will help? I was shocked. Oh, God is somewhere. He's going to put me in trouble. So I called Abdul Kalam ji. What do I do? And he quotes from our Mahabharata, Krishna Padesam, that if something is happening which is bad for the society, and if you are able to prevent that, and if you keep quiet, you are the first culprit. Oh, so he is also putting me in trouble. So I got involved. I got, by God's grace, a good justice in High Court, Honorable, I forgot the name suddenly, I'll remember. I got a verdict that we should close the units so that zero discharge is by default. But closing the unit, I know at that time, the government has to implement the court orders. And election time, it was in 2010, election time, nobody is going to care for that. So I requested judge to give a verdict that will direct the collector, revenue authorities, the water department, the electricity department directly and tell them to snap all the connections, lock the door, and report within 48 hours. And this was the first type of judgment given in the history of Indian justice system. And it was closed. And then government, ran here and there, trying to sort out the issue. It was sorted out, but unfortunately the election came in, nothing could be honored. So next government came, and it was nearly 6 months before the relief was given, the unit started working. A lot of damage has been done. 3 lakh families out of the job. And Dr. Kalam assured me that the curse will not be on my head. Because 6 months, families in the street, I don't like it. At the same time, he said, I assure you, I will tell God, He will not curse you. At the same time, he took a promise. You take retirement. He knows my company very well, okay? You take retirement and work for environmental protection. He asked me to find solution for every pollution affordable. And we started implementing. Sewage water is one of the worst. And Abdul Kalam ji, myself, invented this technology in 1991 itself. We started implementing in all military installations, particularly high altitude, where disintegration of fecal matter is a problem. Working forever. In DRDO, Bhavan, it's 29 years now, it's working very well. No evacuation, nothing. 1991. Such is the technology available within the country, patented by DRDO, I allowed that. And we have sewage water. And choking everywhere, sewage water. Why it was not taken, nobody knows. And at last, he endorsed me the patent right for me to manufacture. Since 2013, we have been manufacturing this. Over 4,000-5,000 installations already running without any problem. And we are now going to take it to the entire country. Sewage water is the major 90% pollution water problem. 90% of this is sewage water. The rest is our municipal solid waste. You have seen choking water. Sewage, municipal solid waste choking water flow everywhere. We have a solution. The plant is already, one plant is running in Kodungallur, Manali, and another 150-ton plant is already ready for the past 9 months. We could not get the clearance. Very funny clearance. Let us not talk about it. But ultimately, we will succeed. So we have solution for municipal solid waste, municipal liquid waste. This is also related to our this book, Retaining the Balance. You will save hundreds of crores of rupees in healthcare if your water is clean, your solid waste is nowhere nearby, and you have a clean air. 90% of the ailment will not be there. So how much you are saving, not in terms of crores, but how much we are saving the sufferings of the people. Same way we have found solution for textile pollution, textile trade effluent pollution. We have found salt-free dyeing instead of salt, no salt at all. Already implemented, working now. Same way for our leather industry also. So we have solution for every pollution. With this, we intend to make the entire world free from pollution. The scientific community predicted at this rate of our pollution level, 2100 will not see human being, all gone. So there is an urgent need to protect our living. Not only we, but our fellow beings, several beings are living along with us. They all have to live. So we will be the first in the world to have a plan in place to protect the world community from pollution. Pollution is killing every day. Slowly it's killing. Everybody is facing this problem today. Okay. I'm being warned. The next one is, I'm going to cut short a little bit. When I was running the industry in the USA, the Bankers Guild asked me to give a lecture. In 2001 to 2010, there is a big recession in the world. Particularly, oil price went up to $140. And USA was crying. Nikkei came down from 9,000 to 5,000 plus. On the other hand, in Bombay Stock Exchange, it came from 3,000 to 2,500, 600. And they were wondering what is happening in India, why this economy is not affecting. They asked me to give a lecture. I gave a very simple example. Our population in India, out of the 100%, 70% plus is dependent on the farming. We don't need your diesel or petrol. We can live without that. This is how we have been living forever. And that example, everybody liked it. Balance 30% only we have to care. And out of that, about 10% is filthy rich in India. You can't see anywhere in the world. So our economy is very stable. And like our Dr. MRV found in the book, our family is very, very important. We have to advocate the family culture, and our family, independent family, should become self-sufficient and financially be self-sufficient. And for that also I have devised a lot of ways and means to make every family self-sufficient, and then automatically Nadu Nam Veedu Thittam. So we will be soon become, every independent family will be sufficient, and so the whole country. We don't have to depend on oil. Oil is going to go away very soon. It's only a question of time. It will not be there in the earth very soon. So much of oil will not be available. So that also gone. So the potential for growth in our contribution to the world community in terms of value of export dollars, we are talking 1 trillion export. In Tamil Nadu alone, 2 trillion potential I have identified. This is one. Another one is the Siddha medicine, which I have found the best Siddha doctor in the world today. I have seen and I am experiencing. He is able to cure any disease. We have such technology available, and imagine the medical tourism to cure any disease. It's $1 trillion potential. And you are going to hear from me very soon through other media. We are all going to take this and give it to the world community, and we are going to get our dollars, and it will be many trillions. And over and above, we are going to offer the culture to other part of the world, so the peace is brought in amongst the people of the world community, not like people living in Afghanistan or any other country where ISIS is. They are all suffering. We have to have, every human being should have the same, equality to live happily like what we are doing under our good governance from Modi ji. So we are going to take it all over the world. This is going to be much bigger in terms of dollars. Thank you for the opportunity, Dr. MRV.
Starting with Enna Pesaradu, addressing us as friends, slowly driving in messages from the roots of the culture, the emotional bond of the family, which is the energy, the fuel for life. Education does happen in the institution called family. The biggest asset we inherit is our value systems. Innovation carried along with the value systems, the roots and development is automatic. The day of being the world leader is not too far. A wonderful message for us to take home. Thank you so much for the inspiring presidential address, sir. Thank you so much. May we now request Dr. MRV to present a memento to Sri Manikam Attappa Gounder. A big round of applause, please.